Hey everybody, what's up? It's October 3rd, which means it's fucking Halloween. So, I'm gonna do a spooky makeup tutorial because I don't know, I was kind of feeling a little inspired or whatever. I think I'm gonna do like a fucking more open mouth, and I want to try to cover my brows and just keep watching. Okay, so I think I want to start by trying to cover my brows. So I'm going to use this washable glue stick and just gonna basically in upwards motions, you're gonna want to get a bunch of glue in there, smooth it out and let it dry, then do another layer. Probably like 2 or 3 layers, maybe 4. So I glued them down and there's still a little bit, like this is the last layer, it's still a little bit tacky. And now we're going to take some translucent powder. I'm using Laura Mercier, just translucent setting powder. And you really want to press it in to the brow. Press down and set. We're going to go ahead and do the other side now.
I only got a good amount of powder. Just so you can know. They're not going to go anywhere.
So we have the powder on. And let it sit there for a little bit or whatever. Then I'm going to take just a big brush. And brush away the excess. Okay. Now if you feel your brows, they should be relatively smooth and flat. But obviously they're still dark. So that's when we take something called a color corrector. Does that work? Oh my god, wait, that's probably perfect. Yeah, so this is the NYX color corrector. And we're gonna take the orangey shade, this one, so that it balances out the gray tone of our brows.
I just wanna pack this on. I'm using kind of a dense packing brush. So make sure that we get it all covered.
And like, even though I haven't put concealer or anything over it, you can already see that the gray is going away and it's becoming more like skin tone, which is just what we want. We want those brows to appear to be gone. I'm just gonna go back to that same beauty blender I was just using for the powder. I'm gonna blend that out a little bit. You don't wanna go too hard, because obviously if you go too hard, you can kind of do what I did and take off some of the product. You just wanna kind of lightly blend it out. 2 layers is probably fine. Because we're still gonna go over this with concealer. But once we put the color corrector down, we want to set that. I'm just using the same Laura Mercier powder. And this one doesn't need as much because we're not like really pressing it in. We just want to set that color corrector. Take this brush again, push off the excess. Sweet. And now our brows are kind of covered. Now we're just gonna go in with concealer on this. Yeah. It's super full coverage. And that's what we want. Same thing. Lightly blend that in. Again, I'm just using the same beauty blender because we stand a multi-purpose queen. We are just packing more powder on to set that concealer. Grab the brush again. And this is what covered brows should kind of look like. You got the glue, which dried a couple layers. I did 3, and then powder, like set the glue, and then color correct that, powder that, concealer, powder that, and you should be at this step. So don't mind the dirty mirror or anything. This is a little behind the scenes. I just want to show you how I make my gelatin recipe because that's what we're going to be using for the mouth part. And it's actually one of my favorite special effects like products to make because it's super easy. You just need a tablespoon, a teaspoon, some gelatin powder, some glycerin, and water. So you can get both of these things at like a Walgreens, like a Rite Aid, like basically a convenience store. So what you need is You need a tablespoon of gelatin powder. And this is what I'm telling you, it's super easy. Tablespoon of gelatin powder. You get a tablespoon of water. A teaspoon of glycerin. Oh no, it's spilling a little bit. No, it's fine. She comes out easy, hopefully. I don't know. Yeah, so basically you want to mix this all up. I'm just gonna use this little spatula because this is what I'm gonna be using to apply it. So you want to mix this all up. You want to mix it pretty well so you don't leave any powder, especially because that will just not become gelatin you can use. It'll just stay unusable. It'll just stay powdered. Basically, you want to keep mixing until it becomes kind of, if you've ever creamed butter and sugar together, kind of that color and consistency. So you can see we're kind of almost there. But once we get there, that's when we're going to want to throw it in the microwave in increments of 10 seconds because we definitely don't want it to burn. But 10 seconds, probably up to 20, maybe 30, depending on how much you're making. Then take it out. Make sure it's cool enough to use, but then you can use it anywhere on your body. I'm gonna use it on my face, you'll see it there. But yeah, it's a super easy SFX night product to make and use, so. I went ahead and made up a little bit of gelatin. It's not super cute looking, but she's there. And we're gonna use this to build up kind of, I don't wanna say Joker smile, but basically a Joker smile. We're just gonna make 2 ridges on both sides, and that will act as our new like lip line. So let's just get to it. And see, gelatin is super easy. Let's say I didn't want all this down here. Just take it off. Back in here, and when I reheat it in the microwave, this becomes more gelatin to use. So it's really forgiving, really beginner friendly. Honestly, we're gonna find a better way to do this. So I'll get back to you when I have probably 1/2 done. As you can see, I didn't get back to you when I was gonna do the other half, but it's just because it's kind of hard to do it all, and it's really just like moving the gelatin around, like I don't know. Right now what I'm doing is powdering the gelatin so the shininess goes away. It'll make it more realistic. Now we just have to paint this face, sis. I'm gonna grab out some foundation. We're gonna use a foundation brush. Frankly, I don't love a brush for this. I like the finish that a beauty blender gives more. Now we're gonna go back in the concealer. And this one is super bright, so we're just putting this on the high points. This one is gonna help it blend with everything else. So now that we got the concealer under the eyes and everything, we're gonna set that with the same Black Beauty blender. That's just been the trooper with all this powder and everything. So we are gonna go in with the Morphe X James palette. There she is. I think we're gonna start with kind of a fluffy-ish brush. Yeah. And we're gonna go in with You're Kidding, which is super fucking red. So we're gonna mix that with Boutique, which is more of a like burgundy color, and this is just gonna be a base red for in here. And we're also going to put this over our lips, because they are obviously a part of this like cut thing. Now that we got kind of a base, ooh, I like spooky from the viewfinder. Now that we've gotten kind of a base red, we're going to go in with a slightly less open, kind of smaller brush. Going in with Benny, which is the darker one on the other side of Boutique. And this is gonna be more for like the perimeters to give kind of a shadow effect around the cut. And don't worry if it looks like pretty messy. because it's going to until because this is just a base layer of color. So as you can see, that darkened it up a little bit. Now we're gonna go in with an even smaller brush with this guy. It's an angled like eyeliner brush, and we're gonna go in with Spooky, which is the black in James's palette, and this is gonna super define the deep areas of the cut. First, I'm just gonna place the black where I feel like it should go, like the corners of the lips, extending outward, and then also in the very corners of. We're gonna use that same brush, just kind of dragging it away towards the center, like away from the ridge of the cut, if you will, just to give it some dimension. We're gonna go in with more of Your Kidding and just put that in the middle, just to bring some of the red back through, because the black did muddy it up a little bit, but that's just because we, like I said, aren't being super precise, just kind of putting everything down. And now you can see we've gotten a little bit more contrast and depth and definition. Now we're gonna go in with the Morphe 39A palette, because it's got a few more like deep red tones. I'm gonna go with the top, like second to last, and basically put this in between any black and red to blend those two together, because right now it does kind of just look like there's some black and some red in there. Now what we're gonna do to the outside is get a fluffy blending brush. What we're gonna do is put some of Your Kidding, just lightly dabbing it around the outside to show that the area is irritated. You kind of want it to be not like super splotchy, but kinda splotchy, if that makes sense. Like you want it to look, again, like organic and blood randomly coming to the surface of the skin. And with that same fluffy brush, put some on, and we want to dust off a lot of the excess. We're going to do the same thing, but since this one is darker, obviously we want it to be not as pigmented where we put it everywhere. That's pretty much it. You can go back and forth between the dark and the light red. If you want more black, you can put black. But yeah, you basically get to build up as much color in whatever color that you want. So that's kind of another one of the fun things about special effects is, like, yes, there are like anatomically correct like wounds and shit, but like for the most part you're just fucking around and making yourself look spooky. So these damn bugs, oh my god, bitch. I kind of want to move out of the face area up here, so we're gonna do a little bit of eye stuff. Go back to the Morphe X James palette. I'm gonna go back in that very first brush we were using. This is the Morphe M505, and dip into Your Kidding. I'm gonna start with swirling my brush towards like the front of my brow, like here, and just make your way outwards from there. Do the same thing on this side. Going back to the 39A, the same brush, the Anastasia one. Frankly, this is kind of a lot of red. Maybe I'll challenge myself to do a different like color theme every week. Leave in the comments down below what kind of looks you guys might want me to do for this Halloween month, or just some like color palette suggestions, or really anything you want to leave down below. Leave it down below. I've gotten this dark brown more in the corners, as you can see. Now what I kind of want to do, I think it would look good with like a black smoky lash line. Get the same angled brush that we used to put Spooky in the mouth. We're now going to put Spooky on the eyelid. Frankly, I don't think there's that much more to do. Yeah, like the last thing I really want to do is blood. So this is Graftobian blood gel. It's kind of thick. It does kind of drip a little bit. Honestly, like this could be the finished look. Like I don't really know what else to do. So So this is dripping everywhere, currently all over my bathroom, so I'm gonna start taking it off. And while I do that, I'm gonna do the outro. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is maybe not like any special effects video you've ever seen. Maybe you've never seen a special effects video. And if this is your first one, frankly, I'm sorry. This is not a great introduction to the community, but we're all a part of it, so. Oh my god, you see how it's dripping everywhere? Currently on my arm. I love bleeding. It's a good time. So here's the gelatin. Like I said, super easy to use. She came right off. Also, no mover, no fucking hassle, it didn't hurt, she just comes off. I actually love working with gelatin. Oh my god, I'm bleeding everywhere. The blood could just be washed off with water, like I'll show you in a sec. I have the water running and just a little bit of water. And see, most of the blood is gone. This is just like the makeup stuff, which obviously is gonna have to be removed. How makeup would be removed. I don't think I'll show you guys that process, but I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. This was kind of all over the place. It was my first like tutorial where I'm like trying to actually tell you what to do, and also my first special effects tutorial like ever, and yeah, frankly a lot of firsts, and it didn't go great, and my brows weren't covered super well, and the gelatin was chunky, but that all comes with learning, you know. You have to be bad at the beginning so you can get better. So hopefully you guys will stick with me, and if you want to see more special effects stuff, especially during this spooky month of Halloween, let me know down below what you want to see. And without further ado, I love you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. So toodaloo.